there, guys. Happy December, last month of 2021. How is this even possible? I don't know. I was just saying to someone yesterday that it feels like we should have 3 months left, and somehow we don't. But welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. If you don't know who I am, nice to meet you. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR. I have a puppy whimpering in the background. And I'm the creator of the Profitable PR Pros community, where we provide resources of all kinds for PR pros to become pitching powerhouses. Hello, friend. Hi, Daria. And to grow and scale profitable PR agencies. Daria, I hope you had a wonderful birthday, and thank you for spending your birthday with me on Monday. How's my internet connection? Because on mine, I look a little like anyway, my puppy is crated right now and she doesn't like it. So I'm trying to be consistent. So if you hear a puppy like whimpering in the background, oh, thank you. Jane says, you don't wear dark colors very often. You look great. It's funny. My mom only wears dark colors. So I try to bring like a little brightness, and I don't know. I feel like on camera I look a little washed out, but not intentional that I don't wear dark colors, but I do really like this shirt. And you should see I'm wearing like sweatpants on the bottom, but 'tis the season, right? Thanks for being here, Jane. Let me know who else is here. Oh, good. Yay, Daria. I'm so glad you had a wonderful birthday. So actually Jane was on our call yesterday. We had our monthly coaching call for our mastermind, which is called Agency Accelerator Plus. And we had a really good core group of PR pros that are both very seasoned, like Jane, like Andrea Sampson. Kelly joined us yesterday. Hi, Kelly. And then we had some newer agency owners, some recent founders, and we all talked about a number of topics, but one of the ones that I wanted to ensure we really bounced around so that we could feel comfortable with our approach was this topic of taking time off over the holiday season. The thing is that this has come up year after year that I've been supporting the PR community, and it's typically newer agency owners that they feel guilty, especially on the retainer model, if they are taking time off and they feel like maybe there's 2 weeks out of the year or out of the month that they're getting paid for that they're not actually working. So I want to give you an approach that will make you feel comfortable and will help you handle clients and handle your team, so you can, ooh, my mic is so far away, so that you can go into the new year refreshed, take that time, spend time with your family for the holidays, recharge, or do what I'm going to do and ditch your kids and spend 2 or 3 nights away with your husband, because we haven't had any time alone in a while and it's been pretty hard around here. My son's starting a new school. Hi, Nelson. And this puppy, I haven't slept, so I'm surprised the bags aren't coming through. I must have a filter on this camera, but we're going to just, do a little family stuff and then spend some time together. And I don't want to feel guilty. I don't want to feel pulled in 10 directions. So I want to share, there's actually, when I was going through the notes, there's kind of 2 approaches, and you can decide what's right for you. But I want you to know that it is possible and it is your right to do this. Like, you have to do it and be okay with it. And if you have, my thinking is, if you have a client that cannot handle the fact that you are spending time during the holidays like the rest of everyone else, like especially Christmas through New Year's, just sort of off the grid, that's not a client I want to be working with. I mean, that's kind of unreasonable, and I don't want to deal with a client that's like, no, you can't. Some of our members have said that clients have asked for like a 50%. Oh, bummer. Okay. I've asked for a 50% rate reduction. Sorry, I have like 10 things going on right now. Trying to find a new nanny. I'm trying to like manage the guy that's at Costco shopping for my food. Hi, Gail. Yes, I did have a very nice, very mellow Thanksgiving. What was I even saying at this last point? I don't remember. That's okay. I'll stick to the script. I have notes. I always have notes for you guys. Thanks for the hearts for this crazy, chaotic thing. Oh, finding a new nanny. And there's someone shopping for me at Costco right now. Oh, 50% off. Thank you, Erin. Hi, Erin. Erin is on her yacht off the coast of, let me guess where you are. You're still in Africa. Tunisia? Are you in Tunisia? Yeah, no 50% reduction. So one of our members was like, well, my client said, if you're taking 2 weeks off, I want half of my rate back. Oh, you're in Sicily. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. I love it. You guys, Erin runs her agency with her family traveling the world on a friggin' yacht, currently off the coast of Sicily, giving her kids her 3 boys, a real life education through experiences, working so hard, supporting her family. It is such an honor to get to work with Erin. Just seeing how she's applied this agency accelerator model and the learning in the pitch lab and other programs that she's a part of and other, with other mentors. But Erin shows up. She is in different time zones with a wonky internet. Usually she's fine on our end, and she shows up and she's making this dream happen. It's insane to me, and I just am so in awe of Erin. She's crushing it and really doing a fantastic job with her own outward-facing promotion. Yes, that's exactly what I was saying, Kelly. Kelly said Erin's social media is so awesome right now. That's what I was saying. Her social, her outward-facing, her website, all of her content, it's beautiful, and it's like so on point, and it's totally directed at our target client, and it's very informative. So Erin, if you wouldn't mind, post your Instagram here, Rome Generation, so people can find you and connect with you and be inspired by your wonderful page. But yeah, anyway, so she reminded me, 50% off. We don't give a discount. Like, clients, first of all, I've been doing this almost 17 years. Clients have never asked me, oh, she's so awesome. Oh, Jen, couldn't have done it without you or your group. Yeah, the group's awesome. And the Mastermind, the Agency Accelerator Plus, is just a way to dive into the content deeper and collaborate and connect with other agency owners. Okay, awesome. She posted her Instagram. Go there. So yeah, we told our member yesterday that that is not okay. She had already kind of accepted that the client wanted that. She had other reasons for doing so, but clients should not be asking you for a rate reduction, and no one's ever asked me. And if they do, I'll give you some talking points to explain to them why you're, kind of finishing the year strong and you're taking time or whatever. So, hi, Danielle. Okay, so is it possible to take time off from your PR agency over the holidays? Yes, spoiler alert, I already told you that. And how do you do it the right way? The reason we're doing this training is because so many members of our community have posted in the group asking how. We posted how many days, and some people replied not at all. There's the puppy. I may have to jump out and grab her. But I've gotten lots of questions about this, and I want to talk about oh, good, Alicia. That's right. She said, I just joined the group and started the PR Pro Starter Kit. Let me know, you guys, if you took us up on that Black Friday promotion. We put together a bundle of resources that are just really good, solid, like kick you off on the right foot for $99. We tried to make it a no-brainer. So let me know how you're enjoying it, and welcome to our community. So we're going to prepare clients and your team. So how do you prepare clients for time off? First of all, don't be afraid. Yeah, I do know what happened. Nelson kind of set his clients straight. Seasoned pros, don't take that mess. We don't accept that because it's just not something that's reasonable to ask. I just followed up, and your page is awesome. I really love it. Well, welcome, Danielle. I'm so glad that you're here. We have so much content here. You can search any topic. There's like hours and hours of videos. I go live every single Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific to kind of talk about a deep dive topic that our community is asking about. And today is just timely because we're giving you permission, I guess, but obviously not permission because you should take time off for the holidays. So the reason is we created our own businesses so that we could have flexibility and freedom and, work from where we want, take time off when we want. And I feel like if you feel guilty doing this, then go get a job where your company's office is closed during a certain time. They set that standard and you just do what they say. Go get a job, but you can set the tone for your own business. It's reasonable. It's expected. Don't feel guilty about it. Remember that the way that we position our services on retainer, can you guys hear the puppy? She is like losing her mind. You're not working hourly. You're working around meeting goals, meeting objectives the clients have, providing an amazing service. Like Nelson said, he aims for a certain number of placements, 3 to 5 a month, and really hopes to exceed that so clients love him. Yeah, I mean, this is what we aim to do. So you can use that time in December. You have 2 solid weeks or 3 weeks or whatever you decide to do. You're not working hourly. Even if you're on retainer and you take time off, you can still make really good use of that time during the holidays. So 2 approaches. You can let your clients know all the things that you've done to wrap up the year on a high note, start the next year on a bang, with a bang, so you're ready to go right after the first of the year. So you're ready to rock. One of the things we did this year that's been really good, I mean, I don't know why it took us this long to do this, but we were trying to renew a client's contract and they said, we're kind of not sure what we're doing in 2022. We're working on budget. Let's go month to month. And we were like, don't love that. But they said, we'll talk about the contract, coming up for 2022. So we set a strategy planning session so that we're doing this the first 2 weeks of December, and we're going to just like weasel our way into every initiative they have for 2022 and become an integral part. We're going to tell them the what, but not the how of the strategies we're going to implement to ensure their launches are successful, to ensure that their goals and, promotions and sales objectives for the new year are successful through our support with PR and social media. So set a strategy planning session so that you can ensure, we kind of put our tentacles in everything. We're here. No. We're not going month to month, Nelson. We're just, don't worry. They're sticking around. They're really happy. It's just, we're trying to get a longer contract. And they said, let's just see kind of what's going on. Yeah. So it's just a kind of stopgap. Yeah. Don't worry. We got this. So get your tentacles in there, set the session so they feel like December is planning, it's strategy, it's preparing for success in the new year. And my integrator, Miranda, has given us a couple pointers throughout this talk. Okay, good. I'm glad you're not worried. So I'm going to share some of her thoughts too. She said, consider including a section on holidays in your onboarding or your client welcome kit. So in hers, she mentions the fact that she and her team take all federal holidays and have a break at Christmas. So clients are, or they should be aware of this in advance anyway. Admittedly, we don't do that. Also, we don't take all federal holidays. There's Veterans Day and, stuff where don't worry, we got that. We got this. From Jen Burson. So badass. Thank you, Daria. I'm I hope we got this, right? But that's something you can do is kind of make them aware. And then if they're you could say, oh yeah, oh, Natasha, hi. Natasha was on our Agency Accelerator Plus call yesterday and talked about how we're going to successfully take time off. We're not really open to giving discounts, right, Tosh? No discounts. You don't need to do that. Hi, friends. Okay, so it's reasonable to take this time off. clients will typically close their offices during this time anyway, right? They're usually closing their offices anyway. So you can take off Christmas, between Christmas and New Year, and come back on that following Monday. Sometimes New Year's is like a Friday, and then you have the weekend. And then like New Year's Eve is like a Thursday, New Year's Day is Friday. And you've got all that time the weekend, and you come back on like whatever, January 3rd, and you have so much time. And you come back and you're like back in action. So if you yourself, as the CEO, as the founder, the leader of your business, want to take more time off, have your team ready to support you so that your clients don't feel like they're missing out on services that they're paying for. But really, in most industries, especially in PR and media, it's very, very common. It's kind of understood that week between Christmas and New Year is dark or kind of out of office. So the second approach, and I'm going to talk more about this, but I don't even mention it to clients. I don't even tell them what I'm up to. I just don't. And I'll tell you how and why I do that. But setting expectations in advance or saying nothing, and I'll tell you why I do that. But Miranda, my integrator, will send out an announcement email in early November to give clients a list of the upcoming dates that they will be out of office. And her business is different from PR. They're doing like integrator support services, social media management, stuff like that. So this really applies to social media, which should run continuously without a break. So you can explain that you'll be working ahead so that they don't experience an interruption of service, even though they won't be in office. And the only thing that will change for them is that they won't answer emails between certain dates. And you can also let them know if that means you're monitoring social. Typically you should. A lot of people have complaints during that time. So if you're doing customer service through your social media services for clients, you should be dialed in to what's happening on their social, because people will complain that they haven't received their orders. And if you have some standard responses, we had like a customer response matrix that we would prepare for clients if we're managing their, kind of just directing them to their internal customer service. Okay, my Costco shopper is like striking out left and right. No worries. Just pro tip, I mentioned this before. If you're a member of Costco, you can get same day grocery deliveries. It's powered by Instacart, but you don't have to be a member of Instacart. Costco will do the whole thing through their website, and you don't have to pay for Instacart. It's a little more expensive. The prices, it's like slightly more expensive. Yes, it's really helpful. I'm glad you're using it, Natasha. Cold brew lattes. Yeah, get the La Colombe. I was just interviewed on a podcast, and they asked me my favorite beverage, and it was like alcoholic and non-alcoholic. And I'm like, oh, and actually I'm drinking one right now. I just poured it in a glass with some ice cubes, ice pellets actually. So yeah, no time for shopping in real life. Neither do I. So what is he showing me? Let me see. He's like taking pictures. No, I don't want that. What is this guy showing me? Yeah, you can do that. And get, what is this item? S'mores. Okay, no, thank you. And yeah, it's great. So just know that it's a little more expensive, but to me, it's worth it. Save my time. I don't want that. No, thanks. I'm just gonna ignore him from now on. Sorry. So, yeah. Where am I? Okay, so social media, check into customer service, but let them know in advance. You're not going to be on email, but you're working ahead. That's Miranda's approach. They will work ahead so that there's a seamless, like the client will never notice that things are not happening. or that you're not there, because it's all happening. Sorry, it's the exact opposite. You're not there, you're not replying to email, but it's all happening in the background because they have planned in advance for it. That's what Miranda does with me. She runs my social. This whole workflow for my Facebook Lives and like where we post it and all the like things that we do, that's all pre-planned. So if I'm like, I have an idea, she'll say, we can't do that because we're working ahead through the new year. So I have to go like, okay, I'll wait until next year to bring it up again. And she'll be say, put it on the back burner and we'll get back to it. So that's one approach you can do. My two approaches. Number one, you can set expectations with your clients. Say editors are off during this time. They've worked really hard on holiday, wrapping up the year strong, holiday gift guides. And you can say, this time of year is really about wrapping up the year, planning for the new year, letting clients know that it's important to spend time with your family. Make it a positive, like, oh, I'm so excited. We're going to be traveling to my in-laws' house to spend the new year with them. And I love going fishing on the lake. It's like a really special experience. That gives them a heads up, but you're like not saying I'm not reachable. You're saying this is really special and fun for me and I'm really excited. And they can't be like, I don't like that. So that's one way to do it. You can clearly communicate what you're working on during this time period and why certain things can really wait and still be successful until after the new year. So if they ask about something specific, like a certain pitch, you can say, you know what, we do not want to complicate and have our pitches lost in the shuffle or lost in that sort of downtime between the last 2 weeks of the year. This is really important. We want to give it the visibility it deserves. So we're going to pick back up with that after the new year when we know that editors are at their back working on pitches, because we know that this is this is downtime. And we are going to be spending this time working on your strategy, planning, wrapping up the year, pulling together maybe an end of year report, something like that, where you can pull together just a big summary of all of the highs and all of the milestones and things that you've done for the year. It could be, press clips, like all of the top mentions you got, just everything for the whole year. So you can really show like, here it is in one place. We crushed it for you, in case you're forgetting that incredible feature we got for you in February, and also that amazing mention from an influencer that got picked up by 15 media outlets in June. Here it is. Like, this is awesome, right? And you show them everything you've done. So you can use that time to kind of give them an EOY and then send it off to them before the new year. So they have that and you can be like, we crushed it for you. So clearly communicate. It's about clients not feeling like they're wasting money, but really giving them some clear communication in advance to solve problems before they begin. So you can be really clear about what date you'll be back on. Make sure to be as clear as possible when communicating with them about your time off. Gail is asking, if you choose to let them know, how far in advance should you tell them? That's up to you. You might consider it just after Thanksgiving. You might consider it at the beginning of, so I don't travel for Thanksgiving. My family and my husband's family are local. So I don't really go anywhere for Thanksgiving other than my kids having time off, but I'm still available. So I wouldn't really mention it if it were me until December 1st or right after Thanksgiving. But if you travel for Thanksgiving and you look at this as the holiday season, like all of November and December, you may want to tackle that early. So it's up to you. Definitely don't drop the bomb last minute, because if they're expecting that certain things, but you're talking about hours, Natasha. Oh, you mean your availability. When you say hours, you mean availability. And you do have that on the bottom of your emails, right? So Natasha's, I'm assuming when you say hours, you're not saying hours you're working for them. You're saying your availability during Thanksgiving and December. I'm going to assume that's what you mean. Yes, my availability. Yeah, I had a feeling. So, yeah, no. I just wanted to clarify that. Why am I shifting so much? Okay, there we go. I sit on a little butt cushion and it's like not in the right spot. So, yeah, you can kind of let them know what you're doing and when. And if that's like end of November after Thanksgiving or early November, if you travel, be really clear about what date you're going to be back on. And then sort of best to hold off on anything huge like launching a new product or even planning a brand launch, or we have a huge retailer launch that we're talking about supporting a new client with. I would hold off on that. And sometimes I'll even say, can you delay it by any chance? Or like have something big, like an in-store event. Natasha is studying Judaism, and her boyfriend is Jewish, and she's very interested in it and finds it really fascinating and like a really lovely religion. And I happen to agree. And she says that she lets them know that she's out of office each night for Hanukkah. Don't bug me while we're lighting our candles. So that's nice. I mean, I never tell my clients I'm observing Hanukkah. I just, we just do it. But anyway, hold off on anything like launching a new product, launching a brand, an in-store launch. Oh, thank you. Wow, I should wear this shirt more often. A lot of people are commenting on the dark color in the shirt. Thanks, Daria. And I'm glad you're liking this training. I love talking about this stuff because I'm always like, do it, just do it. And don't ask for permission and don't feel guilty. Like, this is your business. You're in charge here. You're in charge of how you want your business to feel and how you want it to fit into your life. And this is a huge part of that. Huge part of that. So, and okay, so if you you don't want anything to get lost in the shuffle during the busy season, but let the clients know that it's not productive to be pitching right now unless it's something that's super newsworthy, like breaking news. My clients are products. There's typically not breaking news there. If there is, it's never good. So if that's the case and you do something and you're pitching news desk during breaking news, that's different. But otherwise, pitching will not be productive during this time. And if you do social as a service, you can come at it from a team-based approach and divide up the work during the holidays, and then tell clients that you'll only be monitoring social during certain hours, and that the posts are already created, they're already approved, they're already scheduled and ready to go. And let them know, and you can give them the option to backfill with someone on their team if they want to. Like, that's the customer service role. But in terms of content and putting content out, and the other thing is that if there is negative breaking news, unfortunately, there's so much of that these days. If there is negative breaking news, you have to jump in and stop all of their social posts. It's in poor taste for brands to have all these things on autopilot, promoting and engaging with customers in a very like, what are you doing for the holidays sort of way, when there's really horrible things happening that's breaking news or that are breaking news. Stop the social posts. A lot of brands have been sort of roasted over their continuing like status quo. I have a client celebrating her story's 5th anniversary this month, so not a lot of time off. Well, if you can front load it in December and, or you pitch it in, front load in December. Oh, stores. Got it. Got it. Okay. Or stores. Well, so there's a lot of in-store events. Maybe you get great images from those events, and then you pitch it in the new year with images and like a recap. I don't know if there's any way that you can, take that time off. I think even just that week before the 2 holidays is like totally reasonable. Okay, so they can backfill with someone on their team. Let them know that this is how you can make the best use of your time on their behalf during the holidays. Planning ahead, scheduling, programming. And for you, you may want to frame your time off around the idea that news outlets and editors like media, they are also taking time off. So you won't be pitching during that time anyway, because it's not effective for them. It's a waste of time, and it's actually to their detriment because no one's going to see it. So if you have something exciting and you pitch it during that time, it's like it just goes into the void, never to be seen or heard from again. Right? So that's one approach. Telling them, letting them know when, letting them know your availability like Natasha did, letting them know early if you're taking Thanksgiving to travel, and just being really clear, getting your team to sort of support you and backfill you, or say nothing. Seriously, if you are the type of person who kind of checks in on email and you can fire off a quick email if needed and you don't feel like it's a big hassle, and your clients really leave you alone in general, they don't bother you with like unnecessary immediate needs, honestly, just don't say anything. And this is actually what I do. And several other seasoned members of our mastermind talked about this yesterday, specifically Andrea Sampson. The way she described it, I was like, bingo, that's exactly what I do. They don't get to know where you are, what you're doing, how you spend your personal time, who you're spending your personal time with. You don't have to share that with them. They don't really need to know. It's this professional courtesy. I realize the more seasoned agency owners are comfortable with this and don't feel like they have to justify this to clients. And for me, like, my phone's on me at all times. We are our own bosses for a reason. Absolutely. I can't harp on this enough. I know I harp on it, but you're creating this business because you want it to feel a certain way. You want it to support your life in a certain way. So clients don't really get to call the shots on where and when you're working. So if you want to take that time off and you designate a team member to just, you turn on and out of office and they have someone to approach, or you can just say, hey, during this time you can connect with the team if you have any needs. Don't even tell them where you're going. It's assumed. It's the holidays, like you're being with your family or whatever. Don't even say anything. Like Andrea was saying, she took a day date with her husband the other day. She had a Zoom call. She had to take it from her husband's car. And she just said, oh, my camera is not available. And she was like, I just took this call. It was a real quick thing. And I was on a date with my husband and we just got back to, whatever activity, because clients don't really need to know where I am. And that's exactly what I do. Like I've taken calls from the drop-off line, the pickup line, from my kids' occupational therapy. It's just, that's what we do. That's what we do as moms. We multitask, we get it done. So you can say nothing. Okay. That's how you can approach it with clients. Plan, be clear, have a plan in place, let them know why they're not missing out on anything. Let them know, become part of their strategy for 2022 with a strategy call anyway, and then let them know that this month is about strategy. You can create an end of year report, send it off to them and show them like, all done. This is what we taught our kids sign language. And I think the dealers in Vegas do it. All done for the year, right? Or you can be like me and Andrea and other seasoned agency owners and just ride off into the sunset of the year, be slightly available if that's okay. For me, I'm like, fire off an email, no problem. But most of the time clients do not bother me, and that's the way it's been for years. Now, how do you prepare your team for time off? If you have things that your team need to start working on ahead, we recommend starting earlier than you think you need to, like earlier mid-November, to make sure that everything that needs to get done is done in advance. So this is like social media content that you're planning so that it's backfilling. Who's giving me all those hearts? I want to know who is loving this, because I hope that means that you are going to just take your time and, not apologize for it. I love it. Who's doing that? I love it. More hearts. Give me the hearts. Facebook loves the hearts. Yay, Daria. Okay, love it. Yep. Daria she just turned 48 and she looks amazing. And I got to tell you, Natasha, the older I get, the more I DGAF, the more I just do what I'm going to do. And, it's like, deal with it. Like, we get our work done and we are awesome during that time. And you don't really have any cause for complaint because we're awesome and we crush it. And this is how it's going to be. Clients don't care. So DGAF. Yep. Preach. The same. I DGAF. Yep. You guys know what that means. So if not, because I can't swear on here. I try not to. My mom watches, and we don't like potty mouths. So plan in advance, make sure everything that needs to get done gets done, like advanced social content, strategy for the new year. If you're working with contractors, which is what we do, just Google it, make them aware of when the agency is off and have them let you know their own dates of not working and see if they contradict so that you can be aware, you can have a plan. Yeah, it is the best saying. Sorry, not sorry. Make sure to get all of your pitches and follow-up done before you take time off, and consider communicating to your clients that that's what you're doing. You can say nothing. Position it as a positive if you are going to say something to them. Okay, so say something like this, like instead of saying, I will not be reachable, the way that you frame it matters. You can say something like, we're driving leads, forward to see what we can convert before the new year. But typically responses are slow during this time, but we're going to see if we can just push any last minute opportunities to fruition. And then, of course, if you are taking time, I already said how you can position it. Not, I am not reachable or we are not available. It's, we're so excited to wrap up the year with some wonderful downtime with family. I typically travel during this time to Torch Lake in Michigan to spend time with my in-laws. And it is my family's most favorite time of year. And that, something that's super positive, because if a client's going to read that and they think like, you're not available, then they suck, right? So you can position it that way, or say like, not, I will not be reachable, but like, we're driving leads till the end of the year and we're going to see what we can convert, but nothing new, no new pitches, only follow-ups that are like possible if you think. And then I would also follow up in the new year if nothing happens. Get your client's schedule in advance so that you can give your clients a way to connect with you while you're on break, or really your team. But you're in Michigan. Oh, cool. So I just like pulled that example out of my butt. I've never been to Torch Lake. I don't know why I said it. I hear it's really beautiful. So like if your clients are able to have a way to reach you, if there's an emergency and you feel they're not going to abuse it now or in the future, so like having your cell phone and texting you, I personally wouldn't do this. I don't want clients to text me. I had a client that did this, and it was like opening the floodgates, and she was like, I got personal access 24/7. It was not good. But you can let clients know, I will be reachable if you have an emergency, and they're not going to abuse it. And you can also let them know how they can connect with your team if there's something that comes up. So you can offer to give them access to you during this time if you think they're not going to abuse it. So good luck with that. Let me know how that goes. And also just let your team, all of the people that are supporting you, let them know what your agency's holiday dates are, and really set it out there in a way so that they know that that it's important that they have a really good, relaxing holiday season with their loved ones. So you can position it to your team in a way that shows them that you want them to really enjoy this time, that you realize it's important and you want them to take time off guilt-free and really have a great time, spend time relaxing with loved ones for the holiday season. And if you're going to do any sort of like holiday party, agency celebration, try to do it the last day before everyone's off for the holidays. Send them off with a warm celebration. Give them holiday gifts during that time. Really give your team that opportunity to recharge and refresh. And maybe this sounds like it contradicts what I said earlier. You can stagger if you need someone to backfill and you truly need to be available for social in some way. You need to have two people sort of like planning and filling in the gaps for each other. So, find out what your team's dates are. And if someone needs additional help, they have additional dates that they're not available, work on a team-based approach to support and backfill so that they can go. There's a little funny sidebar conversation with Daria and Gail talking about Daria's mother's name is Gail, and Gail said she must be a lovely person. I've never met an unlovely Gail. That's true. So that's my wrap up. Like, I didn't want to just say, don't say anything right off into the sunset. It's your, on your terms. Some people have a really hard time with that. I wanted to also give you an option to put it out there with clients so that you could really be clear. You could let them know what you're doing to make them feel like you're really earning that full retainer for December. There's nothing that's going to be missed. They are not missing out on any work. December's really a planning time of year. Editors are sort of not available. That last 2 weeks of the month is kind of a dead zone. So, you can set it out there in advance, or you can do what Andrea and I do and Jane and just take your time and come back refreshed after the new year. So does anybody have any questions? We have a little kind of toolkit I'm going to plop in here. Yeah, no, I get it. Ready to step into your role as the CEO of your PR agency? Grab my agency owner's toolkit and get started today. Link. I'm sure you guys all have this. We've been running this one a long time, but you can also check out profitableprpros.com. I haven't really promoted the website too much unless we have a launch or something, and then we send you directly to like an info page on whatever we're sharing with you. But that website's really awesome. There's a ton of free resources. The blog is like full of resources, fully searchable. Oh, good. Gail, what took you so long? Gail downloaded the toolkit today. But profitableprpros.com, there's like a fun quiz that'll kind of let you know where you could jump into our resources. There's tons of free stuff. There's inexpensive resources on there for you. And if you're wondering where you should start, we wanted to make it as clear as possible what programs help you with what and where you are kind of on your path. But if you have any questions at all, just send us a message and we'll guide you in the right place. And if it's not the right fit for you, we're going to tell you. We're going to say, you know what? Probably not going to get a lot out of this, but we will guide you so that you don't feel overwhelmed by like, where do I start? Typically, people will start if they're really trying to be seasoned, established, pitching powerhouses and run a profitable agency. They're in the pitch lab and they're continuing monthly for at least a year, and they're in the agency accelerator. Sometimes they join agency accelerator and then they like it and they go back to the pitch lab and they, like Natasha did. So anyway, let me know. I want you guys to finish the year strong, and I want you to finish the year refreshed. So this is about you stepping into that role. And Natasha says, trust me, you need to be in both. We try to make them really good and essential, so that you have what you need to be successful in your business. Turn you into a pitching powerhouse, connecting with the media, and also running a profitable agency on your terms. That's like our tagline, you guys. And taking the holidays off is you doing it on your terms. They're so important to my business. Well, you're so important to my business, Natasha. So doing it on your terms means, especially collaborating with my peers. Huge. Yeah, the group is amazing. Honestly, it's like better than I ever thought. I worried, like, if I put all this out there, this is how I built my business. It's all of my processes, my systems, the things that are proven to work. And it's how I've made my business successful and profitable. And it's scary to put literally, this is my life's work, and to put it on the internet and be like, buy it for something that's far less than I think it's worth. It's hard. It's really hard. But the people that have come into my world have been so incredible that it is like a no-brainer to me that this has been the right decision for me to do this. And support this community, and the people that I've met have been amazing, and the people that have met each other, it's like a byproduct that I didn't expect. I know that people say, you know, come for the content and stay for the community. Trust me, that is what's happening in this, you know, in my programs. They come for the content and they stick around for the community. They're awesome. That call yesterday was great. Everybody is so helpful and open and sharing and just super smart. Like, I'm just like, wow, these people are really smart. If I don't know something, I'm like, Amanda, can you jump in? And she just goes, and you're like, wow, I'm so glad you're here. Or Natasha just rattling off all of her expertise from her various, you know, years of experience doing different things. It's just really cool to get that perspective. So if we can help you in any way, I want to help you kick off your business in the new year, crushing it. As a 22-year-old, 1000% self-taught CEO, entertainment publicist, and celebrity entertainment journalist, Jen, I wish I had you at the beginning of my career. Yeah, well, you have me now. And I wish I had something like this too. You know, there was a lot of trial and error, a lot of learning the hard way, spinning my wheels, a lot of clients I should have never taken on. Now I help you avoid those pitfalls, but I'm so glad you found me. And, you know, we just aim to make this better and better all the time. So yeah, well, let us know how we can support you. You're going to crush it in the new year. There is so much work to go around. I have a call in 12 minutes, a follow-up call with a skincare, hair care company. Oh, cool. Gail and Daria, you guys should connect offline and really see how you can support each other. And also, Daria's mom's name is Gail, so you got that in common. So I'm looking over there because they sent me some samples. So skincare, hair care, natural, all natural, kind of mass market brand, but really good, you know, distribution and launching at Walmart. So I have a follow-up call with them, and then at 3 today, so that's one, and then at 3 today I have a new business call with another all-natural prestige skincare company. And we just got an email back from a baby brand company that we've been talking to for a long time. Kind of too long, if you ask me. Kind of red flaggy. But here's the deal. We turned them down. We were like, you know, had a great first call. I was like, these guys are awesome. They were like loving everything I said. They have a parent company in Singapore, and the Singapore parent company was like this and this and this, and it was all completely irrelevant, like not at all helpful to them in any way. So we pushed back a little bit, and they came back and they were like, they want to know these facts and figures, and they want a list of business publications you have contacts with. And we're like, that's not going to help you, because parents are not reading business publications to find their products. They want to read parenting and baby and pregnancy and influencers, and that's where they're getting their recommendations, all the lists of recommended products. And they kept pushing on it, and we wrote them back and we said, you know what? Our approach is not aligned, and we don't think, if this is the approach you want to take, we're not the best agency to support you with this. We're not the best agency to support you. And it was a bummer, because I was like, I really like this product and all the elements we need. It's like on Amazon, great reviews, really good price point, really cool technology. So we pushed back, and they came back to us, and they're like, wait, whoa. There's been a misunderstanding. We see you as a valuable partner. We want to make it work. Shocker. We were like, So the team and I talked, and we're like, do we even want this? And we're like, let's just see. And really the call was like, you are not going to be dealing with Singapore. You will only deal with me. And I get it. And we are going to shield you from any of that. And we said it has to be that way, because that is some BS that we don't want to be involved with, because it's going to derail us from a strategy that will actually move the needle for you. And yeah. So if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So we got the email today from them where they're like, we want to get started, but we have a few more questions. And I'm like, you're so annoying. So we'll have to see how that one goes. But my point being, there's a ton of opportunity out there. I get new business leads all the time. If they're not the right fit for me, we pass them on to our community, to our Agency Accelerator Plus community. We're referring out all the time to that group. And we also know who does what, and we'll like match make essentially. So there's a ton of opportunity out there. Be excited about what lies ahead for you and your business. Let go. Yeah, 2022. I'm ready to rock, you know. I feel like I've got my son at a new school and he's happy. We have this puppy and I feel like I'm going to get her to sleep through the night very soon. I'm like a drill sergeant around here, get her house broken, and I feel like I will have my mojo back, at least in terms of like bandwidth and time. But, you know, let's do what you have to do to make 2022 your best year. And if it isn't your best year, that's fine too. Just like it. Yes, there is an angle, but they've done it, Gail. They have done it with another PR agency and they weren't satisfied and they got no ROI from those features. It's an ego thing and we can do it too. But there was other things they were asking for where we're like, why do you even want this? It was totally out of left field. And I can pitch those business publications all day long. They have been covered, but they didn't get any boost in sales. Not that we're responsible for that, but the strategy was not working. It just wasn't working. So why come to us and ask for the same thing you already tried that didn't do anything for you? It was just very frustrating. So yeah. Anyway, got it. Yeah. So let us know how we can support you. We have so many resources to help you wherever you feel you need a little boost in your biz. And I'd love to help you. Oh, Nelson says, Jen, 2021 was my best year since starting my PR company in 1999. Yeah, think about that. I had my biggest growth in the very first I guess it was the second recession, but the first recession I experienced in my business, so like 2008, we had hockey stick growth because businesses tend to invest in PR. Oh, that puppy's up. Yeah, Nelson, awesome. And you know what that means? That you are on an upward trajectory for 2022. And guys, let that inspire you to see that the sky isn't falling. Our industry is so important for brands and experts and businesses to really gain visibility, to come out on top right now. And what we do is really important and strategic, and it's a coveted, sought after skill. And if you want to hone that skill, go in the pitch lab. And if you want to run your agency, go in the agency accelerator, and you can crush it in the new year. I'm sure of it. So congrats, Nelson, and all of you guys. Thanks for being here. I'm going to let the puppy out, and then I'm going to jump on my call at 1, and hopefully, oh wait, is it 1? Hold on. What is happening? Hold on. Actually, I think it's 1. Oh, wait, what's happening? Oh, I have time. I have time for lunch and to take the dog out. So that's good. Okay, good. So yeah, wrapping it up, guys. Thanks for being here. As always, I got my core crew and finish the year strong. Go take your time off. Sorry, not sorry. Bye, guys.